Hey guys, and welcome back to the Detail Garage. Joseph here with another chapter on this beautiful 59 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. So as you look at the front, what do you see immediately? You see a lot of this beautiful chrome that's popping out at you. But of course, being a 59 and with all these pieces being original, it needs extra love, needs extra attention and care. And what better thing to go ahead and put on there is going to be our chemical guys heavy metal polish. The reason why it's called heavy metal polish is literally the 16-ounce bottle is not 16 ounces. It's literally 45 pounds, and my hands are getting a workout right now. Totally joking around. But it is rather on the heavy side. As I hold this in my hand, my right arm is kind of shaking just a little bit. Old tennis injury that I had back in '84. And we're going to go ahead and make some magic happen here in just a few moments. So what is heavy metal polish and what does it do? Well, it's going to polish up your metal. So that's what it does. So what I'm going to go ahead and take is this microfiber applicator right here, gray, because metal is kind of on the grayish side. You could go ahead and use a blue one, black one, whatever you want to go ahead and do. But the reason why I like this gray color is you can actually see the transfer from the contamination that it takes off. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is right now, again, you see I put some tape right down here. What that tape is going to go and show is this side compared to that side. So as you see, nothing's been done here before. So we're going to go ahead and find out the results together. All right. So I'm going to open it up just like that, and I'm going, ooh, it was ready to go right there. So I'm going to go ahead and put on a couple dabs just like this, and I'm going to go ahead and start to just, let me make sure my legs don't, here, how about that? Does that's pretty good for a camera? Okay, perfect, just like that. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and dab it. Now, this next step is very critical. What I'm actually going to go ahead and do after I have dabbed is I'm going to go ahead and start moving violently. I'm going to go ahead and start moving with some pressure like this. So let's go ahead and take a look. So if you were to listen really closely, you can actually hear it do some work. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on this. And as you see, just straight lines is what I'm doing, just like that, right? Now, for those people who are bargain shoppers, what else that you could go ahead and do is the holidays are coming up. You're going to have honey baked ham, you're going to have like yams, all that other stuff, and you need more silverware for all the family members. So go to that thrift store, go to that garage sale, and pick up those nasty little like tarnished pieces of silverware, of cutlery, if you will, and maybe use this, right? So that's just an idea, just throwing that out there. So as I have done this for just a brief moment in time, I am now going to go ahead and take my workhorse towel, and we're going to go ahead and polish this up real quick. Just like that. And now to see what the difference is, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and remove this. Sorry, my angle was a little bit wrong there. So let's go ahead and do this. And can you go ahead and see that line right there? So, I mean, I'm picturing you right now sitting at home in a lazy boy couch and just shaking your head. Yes, Joseph, I definitely see those results. So that's really cool. So basically you're saying right there, the difference, the shine. Now again, keep in mind that this vehicle is a 59, so it's not gonna go ahead and be flawless because it's not meant to be flawless. It's just meant to bring out and enhance what that metal looks like. So what I'm going to do is, since the holidays are close, Santa is going to have a special little helper come along, and we're going to have Joey go ahead and use some of these other areas that don't need maybe that heavy metal polish. Maybe it just needs light metal polish. So for example, if you have a newer vehicle, you have a exhaust or you have polished wheels, maybe you have some trim on a vehicle, maybe it's a 2013 on up, maybe you don't need that heavy metal polish, then we also have light metal polish for those light situations. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on working on over here and get the front of this thing looking like a person smiling with braces on, and Joey's going to go ahead and work on those other areas of the trim on this beautiful 59 Coupe de Ville. See you guys here shortly.
All right guys, so while Joseph is finishing up the front end, I'm going to show you guys a little something on the chrome trims throughout the rest of the vehicle, and that's these fine thin ones that go throughout the whole vehicle. I'm going to go ahead and use light metal polish to go ahead and restore these, give them a shine, and that's also going to seal them, and it's going to, protect them from UV rays and from getting oxidized. Don't want to get light metal polish on your paint, so we're going to go ahead and mask this off with some tape. We'll make sure that's on there nicely, and then we'll also do the other side here. And then I'm also going to add another piece of tape right through the middle so we can see our little before and after effect. So tricky little piece right here, just because it is a thin piece. So obviously we're not gonna, saturate the whole pad here. We're gonna go ahead and just open it up, and we're gonna add about 2 little dots very nearby, just because the way I'm gonna fold this, since it is a sponge, we're gonna go ahead and kind of fold it together like this, and we're gonna work that against the trim like so. So we'll go ahead and do that, and we're just gonna work it left and right. You don't have to, you know, apply any vigorous motions, just work it nicely. This is light metal polish, so this is just gonna work to clean this metal, get rid of any little water spots, light oxidation, films that kind of build up over time without having to use a polisher or anything, especially since we're working on this fine little trim right here. So once that's been worked out, you'll see the applicator gets a nice little black residue from the oxidized and tarnished metal. We'll go ahead and grab our gray workhorse towel. We'll wipe off the excess of the product. And then we'll go ahead and take off this piece of tape so that we can see this nice little 50-50 there. See the clean side on the right side and still a little bit of oxidized kind of cloudy look on the left. And then we'll go ahead and just remove these pieces of tape once we are done working the product. So now that we've finished the chrome trim, we're gonna go ahead and move on to these beautiful 20-inch polished wheels. We're gonna go ahead and use the light metal polish on one side, and we'll go ahead and put a piece of tape so that you guys at home can see the difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and mask these off right down the middle here. Make sure that's on there nice and tight. That's fine there. And then we'll go ahead and grab our workhorse microfiber applicator. Same deal with the light metal polish. I don't like applying too much. I usually apply a light amount, 4 little dots like so. And I'll go ahead and pretty much spread it out on the surface. And then I'll just work it left and right. So remember, this is gonna go ahead and remove any kind of tarnished metal, any kind of layers that build up, water spots, stuff that usually kind of builds up on the surface. Clean it right up. Usually you'll see while you're doing it, if it's really bad, you'll get like a film of black residue on your applicator and the towel that you use to wipe it off with. See that? So now we'll go ahead and set that on there. We'll grab our towel. We'll wipe off the rest of the product here. And we'll go ahead and remove this piece of tape. Wait. Check it out. Pretty big difference if you ask me. You see this side right here, it's a lot more, you have a lot more clarity on that side, whereas this side right here, you'll see more of a white, cloudy kind of look to it.
There you have it, guys. Literally what took us probably about an hour or so would have probably taken the average man about 2 weeks to go ahead and complete. Now, keep in mind that we have a vehicle here that's over 60 years old. So of course, things aren't gonna come out 100% flawless, but I am more than pleased and satisfied with the results of what we show. Now, Joey focused on the light metal parts. So you saw that like the results from the wheels and stuff, the polished wheels, amazing job. Now, this is an applicator, and this darkness, what you end up seeing that's right here, well, that's the transfer of all the contamination and stuff, the grime that would have pulled off. Amazing job that would happen. Now, that was with the light metal polish. On these areas of the bumper, the front grille, we were focused on the heavy metal polish. So literally, I used both arms because, you know, the type of force that what you have to do to get the right results. I mean, the average man could have not, I couldn't even have kept it up for probably 15 minutes. So our editing crew here at Chemical Guys does an amazing job. So they've condensed these 5 hours or so into probably a 4-minute long video. So I want a lot of thumbs up, a lot of engagement, comments, you know, ask us questions for what we did. So right here, you go ahead and feel, and as I just caress the front of this grill, it feels just like butter, very smooth, very slick. So Again, heavy metal polish for those really hard and tough areas, light metal polish for those areas that just need that nice little pop. Joey, show him your fingers real quick. Like as Joey holds up his fingers, that is the transfer, that is the grime, everything that came off. My hands are very delicate, so I lathered them up with Vaseline before I even touched an applicator, so they are resistant to all this, toxic type transfer what got on. So if you guys like this video, please give us a thumb up. Comment below if you want to see more videos like this, and definitely subscribe to this channel because you got a lot of rare and interesting, characters like myself and Joey. So Joey, thank you for being the helper today. And you guys, I look forward to seeing you the next time at the Detail Garage. See you very soon.